Hey everyone, it's Brother Chris here tonight. Yes, I do say welcome. And for those catching back actually on playback, thank you very much for taking part. And also thank you very much to Podbean for allowing us to be able to host our shows here actually online. On the other line, though, is my other colleague, and that is
the Gypsy lady, Eva.
welcome. So you're not too far away from us, but for those who are just wondering, though, you've got the Canadian and also the American view. Um, you sort of want to let our viewers know whereabouts you're from.
I am from a small town in the thumb of Michigan called Brown City.
And it is small. How far?
Go Green Devils.
Yes. How far away from Detroit are you guys?
Uh, it's funny because in Michigan we don't measure things in miles or kilometers. It's by time, and I'm about an hour and a half outside of Detroit.
Okay. All right. All right. And for those just wondering whereabouts I am, I'm actually just outside Toronto, Ontario, Canada, which is beautiful. So yes, have been working actually within the spiritual field for so many years. How many years for you, Eva?
Do we have to say?
You can say rough guess.
I'm going to say approximately 50 years.
Yeah. So, and for myself though, that's actually over 40 years I've been working within the spiritual community. We've been doing teachings with our shows, and outside of the shows, we've also been doing teaching. We've been doing investigations altogether.
Paranormal.
Yes, yes, not police investigations.
If anything, the police are investigating us.
Well, especially at this time of year. But yeah, so we've got so much experience behind us, and yeah. So tonight, though, we will not be taking any calls, unfortunately. That we will be doing later this fall. So Eva, you sort of want to let our viewers know about yourself.
I was born, I was raised, and I will probably die. Oh no, I guess you want more than that.
Yes, I do.
I couldn't resist that. I was born in Brown City, which is a small town, and I was there for the first 18 years of my life, and then after that, I went away to college, and then I lived in Ohio, Cleveland, Ohio, Tucson, Arizona. I have traveled to the Middle East. I've traveled to Europe. I've been all over the United States, so that's been a part of it. I have met some very interesting people in the spiritual realm. One of the first couple, or the first people that I met were Millie and Sheldon Blazier, who really got me into this. And they taught me so much. Unfortunately, they did not live in this area, so I only got it sporadically when they visited their daughter who lived up here. And when I went to live in Detroit, I got involved with the Michigan Metaphysical Society.
Yeah.
And I had some wonderful teachers, the Art and Irene Rosinski and Saul and Elaine Lewis. And just learned tremendous amounts of things from them regarding the whole spiritual realm, different aspects of it, which included channeling. I'm just trying to tarot reading, divination of different kinds, tarot, pendulums, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Some of it I can do, most of it I can't. And then, of course, I was also involved in a paranormal investigations with some people. You mentioned about the police, and it's like a couple of times we wanted to get into these places that we had been asked at, and they were houses that had been closed. So a couple of times we got called on.
Yeah, well, that's cool.
We told the police, "This is what's happening. Call these people." And the one policeman, he says, "Can I walk along with you?" And it's like, "Sure, why not?"
Yeah, yeah. That's like gosh. Yeah, for myself though, I've been actually active ever since the age of 6. So that's 44 years ago now. So that's how long I've been actually active. So that's how long I've been actually active within the spiritual community. I used to go to church, and things actually happened to me while I was actually a young child. But later in life, during my 19th birthday here in Canada, which is legal age for drinking, basically though, that's right when I started noticing I could trans channel. Now, trans channel though is actually though that you're in one location and you astral project to another location. You can pick up identification and all that. Another thing about me actually with trans channeling. So that was astral projection. I do apologize. Even they're giving me evil eyes. uh, but yeah, no, with the trans channeling though, at the age of 19 though, we were going down a dirt road at cemetery. My sister was in the front seat, and her ex boyfriend at the time was driving. Anyways, those I started chanting everything else. My sister was pinching my leg, she says, and I didn't come to not until the end of this road. Um, I don't fully remember exactly everything else, but astral project that with trans channeling though, you're letting actually the spirits come into your body and they can communicate through you that way. But yeah, I've grown so much. I am a certified oracle reader, and those who've done have I've done plenty of paranormal investigations throughout the world. Um, by staying at the same location whenever they do shows and all that. But with myself with Haunting Live podcast, we've done over 500 locations here in Ontario. So yeah, even we basically met each other through my cousin's wedding. It was a short little brief, but yeah, were you picking anything up from that haunted location?
Not really.
No.
I was enjoying the wedding and that sort of stuff, and I was not picking up anything. I wasn't even open to doing that at that time.
Yeah.
Uh, but I have been in situations where I'm in a building and it's like, whoa, there's stuff going on around here.
Yeah. That's like us. Yeah, we do actually ghost tours in the heart of Stratford, Ontario, and that's at the Stratford Perth Museum. And there's a lot of energy there. But yeah,
Museums, you know.
you and I, we've done shows, quite a bit of shows, and we both have picked up stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Uh,
Um, I worked in a museum, and when you mentioned museum, I did work in a museum, volunteer type work. And yeah, you picked up a lot of stuff there
yes.
with
Yeah.
the artifacts, and there was several that I just did not want to even get too close to.
Uh,
This wasn't a good feeling to it.
so, but yeah, for myself though, at the museum though, it's really beautiful. We've done it in another museum. We're in at Green Gables. For people here in North America have seen it. It's been actually the kids network. It's anyway. So the film crew could be only there during the daytime, but we went in at night, and there's a lady there that gave us a great big hug with blankets around us, and that's in spirit form. So, but yeah. So during our shows that people will be able to listen to, that are coming up shortly or that have come up. What are some of your favorite shows that we've done?
They all are. I never really thought of it. I just had a great time with all of them, just talking with you and exploring different subjects and different situations. And um, I I like the ones where we really get into all the like uh, I don't know how to explain it, the ghosts and stuff. But I also like the really off the wall, like when we did the one on the Matrix.
Yes.
That one fascinated me.
Yeah.
And we haven't done it yet, but we should do one on the Mandela effect. That one just fascinates the daylights out of me. Also scares the hell out of me.
So yeah, yeah. You were just saying though that your one of your relatives,
My brother.
yes, your brother actually came to you just recently and actually asked something.
Yes, my brother was here today, and we were sitting there, and he said, "What's the Mandela effect?" Excuse me, because he doesn't get into that sort of. So I kind of explained it to him that it's something that other people. How did I explain it to him? it's like you experience something and you're sure it's real because that's what your memories tell you. But when you discuss it with someone else, they're looking at you like you're really out in left field. And one of the ones that has cropped up, where it got the name from, is there were people who thought Mandela had died many years ago.
Yeah.
And no, he didn't. He only just died recently. Another person like that was Walter Cronkite. People was sure he had died many years before he actually did. And it's like they could remember seeing the headlines in the newspaper type thing, and it never happened that way. And that's kind of what the Mandela effect is all about. So his second question to me was, do you think it's something like an alternate universe? And I said, yes, I do. I do believe that. I think it's, like one universe bumping into another kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And I've had some experience, just recently I had some experiences with the Mandela effect.
Let's hear about it.
Well, the one, my mother has a walker like I do, very same, but it's smaller. And I remember looking at the handle thinking, I've got to get it fixed because it looked like it had been put on upside down.
Yeah.
And it's like, next time my brother comes out, I'm going to have him fix it. My brother came out and I said, can you fix the one and it shouldn't take too much to turn the handle the right side around. And he comes back, he goes, the handle is fine. I'm like, no, it's not. I saw it. I know what I saw.
Yeah.
And he just looked at me like I was totally insane. Of course, he likes like that at me anyway. Like I'm totally insane.
Well, that's how they look at us, but go on.
So that was one experience that I had with the Mandela effect. And like I say, sometimes it fascinates the hell out of me. And other times when I read things, it's like it scares the daylights out of me.
Yeah.
Because it's like, what is going on? And then comes the next question. Is that part of the Matrix thing?
Yeah.
That whoever is controlling us is messing with our memories.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the other thing though is to do with people that passed away. People a long time ago, this is actually for somebody that just recently passed away here, actually in Turtle Island, is Richard Simmons.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but he disappeared from view, so that does make sense. He got out of the public eye.
Yeah. Yeah, but
so that would make some sense.
That's like us. But again, though, he actually just recently passed away, and there was a bunch of people, surprisingly, of who passed away just recently.
Dr. Ruth.
Yes.
Who else? Shelley Duvall. And there was another one, and I can't remember who it is.
So that's the boy to do with Elf.
Yes, but there was still another one.
Yeah. Yeah.
An older actor, I believe, but I can't remember. My mind is not working.
Yeah, but don't forget though, right when we were talking about Dr. Ruth, and that was out on Saturday, just before our live show though, that we usually do on Saturdays at 2:15 Eastern Standard Time. Right, I said though, how do we? You were like, well, at least Dr. Ruth passed away in a peaceful way. And I said, well, how do you know for sure she passed away in a peaceful way? Because she always talked about sex. So,
don't go there.
It's like awesome, but surprising though, actually, like the one from the horror story, which The Shining, I think it is.
Oh yes, yeah. Shelley Duvall.
Yeah. It's surprising though, because like she took time away so that she could actually go and further her education, away from everything else, because she didn't have a full degree and everything. But yeah, she came back. She's in one of the recent movies that's out in the theaters right now. And go ahead. But yeah, no, she's actually in that movie, but she's only doing a cameo. So, but yeah, to find out the boy from Elf passed away.
Yes.
Right.
That was a sad one.
I didn't hear much about it. What did you hear?
He was found dead in his car with his dog from heat exhaustion.
Gosh, that's not good at all.
Uh-uh.
So,
I mean, oh my goodness, that I can only imagine what that must have felt like.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to imagine it. I don't want to experience
Don't
it.
want to experience it. Yes. And then with Richard Simmons also, that was just shocking, and that was within the news just a couple days ago.
Yeah, one story out there was that he fell and had a head injury.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to remember. Of course, now I got to go look. Why did you do this to me?
I know. I always get that for you. So the other thing I heard, though, that he texted actually that morning, though, that right before he passed away, he was doing actually a text. And he put that actually on X for people to just start trying to get things maneuvered within your brain. X is the former Twitter. So he actually posted something in there the morning he passed away. So did you find what you were looking for yet?
Yeah, here we go.
Okay.
Hang on just a second. I'm scrolling down.
Yeah.
Okay. That's not it. Oh, they don't go up far enough. Sorry.
Yeah.
Let me try again. It's somebody well known, obviously, but I can't remember who it was.
Okay. All right.
Some of us just are not too.
We see we see the names and we never write them down. So.
Well, they were spread all over everything, but it's like, oh well, you can't remember. They listed the three of them. That's the thing. Celebrity deaths. See what that is. Shannon Doherty.
Okay. Yes. Yeah.
I knew there was another one.
She passed away with cancer.
Yes, she had been battling cancer for like more than 10 years.
Yeah.
That was kind of a sad one.
Now, for people,
they thought it was gone and they came back. They thought they got it and it came back.
Yeah, and she starred actually in Beverly Hills 90210 and also Charm. Is what she's well known for. But yeah, we're going to take a quick commercial break and we'll be back with readings. So we'll be right back in a couple minutes.
This arts and craft market at the Stratford Park Museum. 57 vendors showcasing handmade creations for the community to enjoy and purchase. Organizers say the goal of the market is to bring cultures together in peace and celebration while also exchanging knowledge.
Listen.
Alrighty, so Eva, you got your cards ready?
Yes, I do. I have a quick question for you.
Yep, go right ahead.
You were talking about celebrities' deaths, and this periodically comes up on my Facebook, and it says, what celebrity death hit you the hardest?
Okay.
Go.
All right. So what I would say, though, is Superman.
Christopher Reeves?
Yep, him. And also there's a guy, though, that's actually well-known in Canada. His name was Rick Hansen.
I don't know that
Rick
one.
Hansen actually went across Canada, the second largest country in the world. He went across Canada in a wheelchair.
Ah.
Yeah. But what about for you?
Robin Williams.
Yes.
That one hit very hard.
Yeah. It's like
that and Chris Christopherson.
Okay.
And you know why?
No.
We had the same birthday.
Okay.
He was a little older than me.
Ah.
That's okay.
You probably had a crush on him then.
Oh, I did. I loved his music.
Yeah. So, all right. So going back to reading. So what cards are you using tonight?
I am using my usual deck, the Art Nouveau deck.
Okay.
One of my favorites.
Yeah.
I like it.
That's
Are we just doing a general reading?
Yeah, we're going to just do a general reading before we close off the show for tonight. And tomorrow, I will be here with another special guest. Eva will not be with us, but I will be here. Again, those Eva and I, we will be live here, hopefully, or even on YouTube. Basically, though, dealing with another show, and we're going to be dealing with the swing of it. So that's what we're going to be taking a look.
Swing, Evex?
So we're going to take a look at the swing of it.
Swing events.
Yeah. So, all right. So your cards, though, yes. All right. I'll let you start.
I'm just doing a basic 3-card draw.
Yeah.
With a 4-card flip. And the first card is the Sun. Second card is the 5 of Coins. And the third card is the Queen of Coins. Oh! I know we agreed not to talk politics, but boy, this is really. You can see where my mind is.
Yes.
This whole thing is. But I think what's going to happen is there's going to be some big surprises in the election. And I'm not sure, I don't think anything's going to happen now at the RNC, excuse me. And I'm not sure if anything unexpected is going to happen at the Democratic convention. But I do think within that period where they're actually campaigning, there's going to be a big surprise. Something is going to come to light. That's the Sun. And it's not going to be good for one of them. And I want to say Biden because of the Queen of Coins, but I don't think it may not be him. It may be the other candidate. What's his face? Trump.
Okay.
I don't know, but there's going to be a surprise during the actual campaigning.
Yeah.
Something will come to light, and it is going to knock one of the candidates off their pedestal. And the flip card is the 2 of Cups, which is, it's kind of interesting. In this particular deck of cards, the 2 of Cups shows 2 people toasting. It would be toasting, and it is male and female. I find that interesting. That could be that something good will happen with Biden.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I know we weren't supposed to talk politics.
Dory. Sometimes cards want you to know what they want you to know.
Well, like I always tell my student, let the cards talk to you.
Yeah.
Your turn.
All right. So I've got 2 different decks of cards. I'm going to be doing 2 different types of readings. The first one, though, is from Native Spirits, and that there is from Denise Lynn. Really beautiful pictures. The first one, though, is Spirit Keeper of the West. Second one, though, is Flowing River, and the Spirit of the Fire. So Spirit Keeper of the West, though, basically, though, as the West, though, deals with earth, dust, autumn, physical bodies, harm, and saging. All right. And it's also to do with the African American. So it says black skinned people, but also with earth. So with the Spirit Keeper of the Earth, what we have to do though is more or less keep in contact, though that we're dealing with all those who I actually just named off. We have to keep them more positive, keep it more flowing, and keep it going. Actually, the West is going to be good. There's an old song from one of the groups, and it says "Go West" inside the song. So the West though is going to be the lot better way, and everything's going to happen more or less out there to bring the light more better towards the east. The flowing water though is actually it's a powerful sign, because the water is constantly going. It never stops. So the energy of the water, though, is basically flowing. It's constantly flowing. What we need to do, though, is get that water to flow. Do not get it to stop at all, and bring that water to us. Spirit Keeper of the Fire. Fire is another element. All right, so that right there is basically to do with the east side. So again, we had the west and also the east, but Spirit Keeper the Fire. All right, never let the fire die down. Keep it going, and actually let that right when the sun comes over, let that shine and let that help the east with an environment. The next cards, though, I'll be reading, though, are actually from Sean Leonard. These ones are actually Wisdom of the Elder. And this one here, though, is Ancestors, Spirit Guides. I'm going to show Eva, so right there.
Mm-mm-mm.
Right? And the second one, though, is Tobacco, Scattered Medicine. So right there.
Ooh, pretty.
Yeah. And the last one, though, is Pipe Ceremony, and that's to do with prayers.
Ooh, nice.
So the first one, though, which was actually to do with ancestors, all right? Ancestors are always spirit guides. They're always directing us within the right direction. And that's one thing, though, lately I've actually come across within dreams. We're going to talk about that quickly before we go actually off. I've actually had a lot of dreams come to me. And one of them, though, was actually to do with my ancestors basically talking to me. That happened a couple days ago. And yeah, so your ancestors are always with you within spirit. They're always directing you within the right way to go. Tobacco, actually, the scattered medicine, though, is whenever we take things from Earth. Could be with flour. That could be with anything that's plant wise or directly from itself. What we need to do, though, is actually scatter that tobacco. Give thanks, though, and say to Mother Earth, though, thank you very much for allowing me to be able to take this. Once we do that, though, it's a lot better, though, these ones, because we're giving something back to natural Earth. Instead of just taking. That's one thing, though, that a lot of people are doing lately, and that's not proper. Now, my last one, though, pipe ceremony, though, and it's to do with prayer. So basically, though, is whenever we're going to actually do any smudging or any type of smoking or whatsoever, what we're doing, though, is we're always bringing in that stuff into us. We need to cleanse ourselves also with inside. We never ever forget about. Sorry, whenever we do any cleansing, we're always forgetting about our insides. Breathe it inside so that we were cleansing ourselves, getting actually all that negativity actually out. So yeah. All right, so those are the cards. So Eva wanted to quickly talk about dreams. I think it was.
Yeah, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wake up here.
So
No, I had two dreams about a month apart. The first one was about a month ago.
Yeah.
And I had a dream with a person that I had known for since second grade. Okay, so that's a good 60 years ago. We always joked about that. And Pat has passed. Got up one morning, did her thing, sat down in her chair to wait for her husband, and passed away.
Yes.
Great way to go.
Yeah.
In the dream, we were having lunch, which is something we did. And all of a sudden, she looked at me and she said, "Eva, I want to tell you something." It's like, okay. And she says, "You know what they told us about what happens after we die?" And I said, "Yes." She says, "It's not what you think." I go, "Oh, really?" And she goes, "It's better." And I woke up.
Okay.
Second dream I had, I was talking with an angel who looked like a businessman in a business suit. And I said something about, "I've never seen an angel like that." And he goes, "Oh, you want the wings and the halo?" And I said, "No, just stay the way you are." And I don't even know how or why it was sitting in an office environment too, which is even more interesting. And I said, "I do have a question. Does the soul ever die?" And he said, "No. The soul once created lives forever."
Yeah.
Oh. I said, "Well, what happens? We go through different levels." And he said, "Yes, the soul goes through 12 different levels before reaching the highest level, before graduating into eternity, so to speak, or heaven, or however you want to put it." Well, what happens after that? You don't just sit around singing, playing on clouds and stuff. He said, "No, you move on to the next realm." Oh, a different universe? No, another realm altogether. It's like, you got to tell me what this means. And he goes, oh, you know what it means. And he said, you go through different levels there, and then you go to another realm. There's many realms. And God created it that way. Well, okay. But it just startled me because I'd never thought about, I thought once you died and went to heaven, that was it.
Yeah.
Or if you believed in reincarnation, you came back and you know, to learn the lesson you needed to learn to get to the next level. But I never thought about what happens when you reach the top level.
Yeah.
Sit there with the harp singing Glory, Hallelujah all the time? I don't think so. That's a long, eternity is a long time to sit there and do that. And I don't know if it, but the way he said it, it's like, there's a lot to be explored with this. And I had to tell you that. I just think it was kind of interesting.
Well, it's cool. It's cool though, because it got me to think about one of the dreams I recently just had. And for those that don't know, though, I am Indigenous. I do not have my stat card, but I am actually third generation Indigenous. Anyway, so it's my dream though recently, and I even told Trevor, the host of Haunting Live, is so that I was actually on a reservation area. I was in a building and I was working actually on moccasins. So there was leather there, and I already had the hole. So I was actually stitching with the sinew, which is the very thin, actually waxy thread though that we use. Anyway, so as I started doing that, and then what had happened though is there was actually a pair of pants I picked up, and I was ready to do that, but all of a sudden I was put into two different groups. One group though was to do with much older experienced people. One was to do with medium people, which were younger, and then also the young ones. It was my first time there, and they put me actually within the older group. They gave me tobacco and they put it in my hand. They said, "All right, well, what do you feel from this?" So I'm still trying to figure out to date what that message is altogether. And yeah, I'm gonna draw that over to you, Eva. What would you get that? What would you get from that dream?
They questioned you and asked you what you felt when you held the tobacco?
Yeah. It was actually all of your four medicines, which is sweetgrass, tobacco, sage, and sage.
But you only had the tobacco in your hand.
Yeah.
And as I understand it, tobacco is the most holy of the weeds?
That is
or
correct.
The plants?
Yeah.
Well, the first thing that came to my mind when you were talking about it was the fact that you are open, but you're not quite ready to receive the messages that tobacco has to tell you.
Okay.
And there is more. Don't take up smoking. Good heavens, no, that's not.
No, I've quit, and that was over 15 years ago. So
good thing. But there are things about tobacco. I know that there is I'm not sure which tribe, nation has it, but they do a thing where they soak the tobacco with water from a stream, and it has to be a stream.
Yeah.
And they soak it, I want to say overnight, but I could be wrong. I know they soak it for a while. And then you take the tobacco out and you put it in the palm of your hands, both hands.
Yeah.
And you drink the water with the tobacco essence in it, and then you start to meditate, and the tobacco will speak to you.
Okay.
And that came to my mind. I have not thought about that. I got that when I was out in Arizona.
Yeah. And I had another one, which we'll discuss actually underneath our next show. Again, though, thanks a lot for tuning in. And also join me tomorrow while I'm actually here with one of my good friends. And Eva's going to be relaxing tomorrow, especially on my birthday. So, yes.
Happy birthday.
Thanks a lot, Eva. All right. You guys all have a wonderful day. Wonderful day. And again, check out all of our episodes that we'll be launching pretty much every single day, except for the 20th, I think it is, and the 27th. We will be live actually on YouTube. So join us actually every single day. If you have not, listen, share with your friends. So have a good one.
Have a great one, and thank you for giving us of your time.